The roar of 50,000 spectators from across the galaxy filled the Nexus arena as Korthavel the Destroyer stepped into the combat ring. His massive form cast a shadow across the crystalline floor, 12 feet of muscle and bone plates that had earned him the title of Galactic Combat Champion for 7 consecutive cycles. The Thrakari warrior's forearms flexed as he raised his weapons, twin plasma hammers that had crushed countless opponents into submission. Across the arena, a single human sat cross-legged on the floor, eyes closed in meditation. Marcus Chen appeared almost comically small in comparison, his slight frame dwarfed by the towering alien champion. No weapons adorned his person. No armor protected his fragile human skin. The crowd's excitement grew as they anticipated what promised to be the shortest match in tournament history. "Human!" Korthavel's voice boomed through the arena's translation systems, causing the crystalline walls to vibrate. "You dishonor this sacred ring by refusing to stand and face your betters. Are your kind so weak that even basic respect is beyond you?" Marcus remained motionless, his breathing steady and controlled. The alien champion's eyes narrowed to burning slits as he interpreted the human stillness as an insult. In Thrakari culture, refusing to acknowledge a superior warrior was the gravest offense possible. The arena fell silent, the sudden quiet so complete that the hum of the energy barriers became audible. Even the most bloodthirsty spectators sensed something unexpected was about to unfold. Ambassador Zixathala of the Centauri Collective leaned forward in her viewing booth, her telepathic tendrils twitching with anticipation. "Perhaps," she whispered to her aide, "we have underestimated these humans." Korthavel raised his hammers high, channeling plasma energy that turned the weapons white-hot. "I will teach you respect, soft skin. On my homeworld we crush insects like you beneath our boots." Still Marcus did not move. His lips curved into the faintest of smiles. "Tell me, champion." Marcus spoke for the first time, his voice carrying clearly through the arena despite its quiet tone. "What do you know of human history?" The question caught Korthavel off guard. This was a combat arena, not a lecture hall. "Your history is irrelevant. You are prey and I am the predator." Interesting perspective. Marcus opened his eyes, revealing a calm that seemed to draw the very light from the arena. "You see, my people have a saying. The nail that sticks out gets hammered down. But we also have another saying. The bamboo that bends in the storm survives while the mighty oak breaks." The destroyer took a thunderous step forward, his patience exhausted. "Enough riddles. Face me like a warrior or die like a coward." "I am facing you," Marcus replied simply. "I've been facing you since the moment I entered this ring. Every culture in this galaxy seems to believe that strength is measured by how much destruction you can unleash, how much fear you can inspire. But you've never encountered a species that learned to fight on a death world." A ripple of unease passed through the crowd. Death worlds were legendary, planets so hostile that evolution created species capable of surviving anything the universe could throw at them. Most spacefaring civilizations had long since abandoned such harsh environments. "Earth," Marcus continued, still seated, still calm, "taught us that sometimes the greatest strength comes from knowing when not to fight. We learned patience from ice ages that lasted millennia. We learned endurance from deserts that could kill in hours. We learned adaptation from predators that made your champion here look like a gentle pet." Korthavel roared and charged, his massive frame thundering across the arena floor. The crowd gasped as his plasma hammers descended toward the motionless human. At the last possible second, Marcus moved. It wasn't the dramatic leap or roll that spectators expected. Instead, he simply shifted his weight, tilting his body just enough that the hammers crashed into the crystalline floor where he had been sitting, sending spiderweb cracks racing across the surface. In the same fluid motion, he rose to his feet and took a single step backward. Korthavel spun, confusion replacing confidence in his alien features. "How did you—" "Aikido," Marcus explained calmly. "The way of harmony. We humans discovered something your warrior culture never learned. That true strength doesn't come from overwhelming force. It comes from understanding force so completely that you can redirect it, use it, become one with it." The champion lunged again, and again Marcus simply wasn't there. Each attack met empty air as the human flowed around the strikes like water around a stone. The massive alien's own momentum sent him stumbling past his target, his weapons carving futile arcs through space. "Impossible," Korthavel gasped, his breathing already labored from the futile assault. "Stand still and fight. Why?" Marcus asked, effortlessly avoiding another wild swing. Your strength is impressive, champion, but strength without wisdom is just violence. And violence. He paused as one of the plasma hammers passed inches from his face, close enough to singe his hair. Violence is the last refuge of the incompetent. The arena watched in stunned silence as the pattern continued. The mighty destroyer, terror of a dozen worlds, was being systematically dismantled not through superior firepower or brutal force, but through simple, elegant movement. Each failed attack drained more of his energy, while the human remained as fresh as when the match began. Finally exhausted and humiliated, Korthvel dropped to one knee, his weapons clattering to the floor. "What are you?" he whispered. Marcus knelt beside the fallen champion, placing a gentle hand on his massive shoulder. "I'm what my species became when we learned that survival isn't about being the strongest or the fastest or the most ruthless. It's about being adaptable. It's about understanding that every problem has a solution, if you're patient enough to find it and humble enough to accept it." He stood and addressed the silent arena, his voice carrying to every corner of the vast structure. "You invited humanity to join your galactic community because you thought we were warriors. You're not wrong, we are. But we're also something you've never encountered before. Warriors who learned when not to fight." The arena erupted in a sound unlike anything heard before. Not cheers or boos, but something deeper. Respect, understanding, perhaps even awe. As Marcus walked calmly from the ring, Ambassador Zixthala turned to her aide with a thoughtful expression. "Remind me to update our diplomatic protocols regarding humans. I suspect we're going to need them." In the ring, Korthvel struggled to his feet, his worldview forever changed. For the first time in his life, he had encountered a strength greater than his own. Not because it could destroy, but because it chose not to. The galaxy would never look at humanity the same way again.